everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm presenting you a thorough review and comparison of the Chanel ballet flats and the Chanel Espadrilles. So if you're curious to hear the pros and cons of each pair, as well as see close-ups and mod shots, then please keep on watching. So we'll go ahead and get started with the Chanel ballet flats, which is my more recent acquisition, and we'll start with the pros. And I would say that the first pro of this pair of shoes is at the comfort level. So it took me about 2-3 days of wearing at home, not the entire day, but like, you know, in the evenings and stuff, to break them in, which I feel like is really not that much. I was very concerned about their level of comfort. I also went back and forth in the store for about a billion years in terms of sizing. So I was so concerned about their comfort level, but frankly, I would highly recommend it. It took me 2-3 days, so really not that much. And now I could walk all day in them. I can wear them for the entire day, and I never have anything. It really doesn't hurt. The next pro that I would mention about these babies are their versatility. They are so versatile. They can be worn with a casual outfit. So imagine these with like a pair of black jeans and a little cute top and like maybe a Goyard tote, something, you know, casual but classy. Or they can also be worn for like an elegant dinner with a beautiful dress and like a Chanel flap bag. So they can go from day to night, from casual to dressed up. There really isn't a situation that I would think that these are not appropriate for. Super versatile and practical. And the last pro about these beauties kind of has to do with their versatility. It is the fact that they are timeless. They were popular well before the Espadrilles, and they're still popular, and they still will be popular in like 10, 20, 50 years. They are the timeless, iconic model in terms of shoes from Chanel. I really feel like you can't go wrong. This is a super safe choice if you don't know what to wear or if you don't know what to invest in terms of shoes. These are not going to be shoes that you'll wear for like 1 season or 2 seasons, because then they'll be like out of style or out of trend or out of fashion, and you would feel ridiculous wearing them. These will not be the case at all. They will still be popular in the next years. So now in terms of cons, the first thing that I would mention, unfortunately, is the wear and tear. So first of all, it is due to the fact that I got mine in beige, which is a much lighter color than my Chanel Espadrilles that I got in black. But then also this model does have a lot of creasing to it as you start wearing the shoes. So the more you wear them, the more creasing you will see appearing. And I feel like it's because here, the leather is very soft, and on the Chanel Espadrilles it's much more stiff. So that means it will be more resistant and it will be more durable and last you longer. So here, after like, I don't know, you know, about 100, 200 maybe times of wearing them, I would see a lot of creasing, and I don't think that you will be able to keep them for forever due to the wear and tear. And lastly, the last con for these babies is going to be the price, unfortunately. So these, especially in this color combination, never go on sale. Like, you will never ever find them on sale. And that's definitely due to the fact that number one, they're timeless and a classic model, and then number two, this is a classic color. So obviously I think the price was around 790 something. So plus tax, you know, that got me to 800 something. Dropping 800 something on a pair of shoes, especially a pair of flats, is not something that I thought that I would ever do. So my flats are usually from Ferragamo, and I get them at the outlets for like 400. So that's, you know, about half the price, and they last me a long time. By the way, if you're interested in hearing a comparison between these Chanel ballet flats and the Ferragamo flats, I recently did a video on the subject, so I will go ahead and leave the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. So I would say obviously the price here was one of the cons in terms of comparing the Chanel ones and the Ferragamo ones. The price here will never drop, so you basically have to bite the bullet and get them at that price if you want. Now moving on to the Chanel Espadrilles, and we'll start with the pros. The first pro is the wear and tear. So obviously I got mine in black, so that means no color transfer, very little staining happening on the shoes. And the type of leather is much more resistant than for the ballet flats. And in my mind, it doesn't really make any sense, because if you think about it, for the Chanel flats, it's something that you can wear more or less year-round, and that includes the winter time. But for Chanel Espadrilles, I would feel a little bit weird wearing espadrilles in the winter. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. So it is quite strange that these ones are more resistant than the other ones, but they really are. The type of leather is different. And then obviously the color makes a difference as well. And lastly, the last pro about these babies, so yes, that's very few pros, is the sizing. So they are very, very true to size. I got these in size, European size 39, and they are the good size for me, and I never hesitated. For the Chanel ballet flats, I went in between 39 and 39 and a half, I think, for like a million hours in the store. I think my essay was about done with me. I couldn't decide. I was skeptical that 39 would fit me, but then at the same time, when I tried on 39 and a half, I was thinking that when they would get, you know, worn, that it would be too large then. So it was an entire hassle. But these, like when I tried the size over, it really wasn't working. So I knew right away that these were my size. Moving on to the cons now, the first thing that I would say is their lack of versatility. So these are definitely casual shoes. I would feel very uncomfortable wearing them, you know, at like a fancy event or at a nice restaurant or something like that. These are definitely day and casual shoes. And then they are seasonal, so I would feel most comfortable wearing them in the spring and summer. Anything probably past mid-September would feel a little strange unless you're like in Florida, unless you have the amazing luck of living in Florida. Otherwise, not so sure for me. So I feel like I don't really get to use these as much as I would like to. So that's something where I'm like, you know, the Chanel ballet flats is definitely a better choice in terms of how many times a year you can use them. Next up, in terms of cons, we have their comfort level, and unfortunately it breaks my heart to tell you that I have never been able to break them in. I have tried about everything in the book. I have tried wearing them at home. I have tried using a hairdryer on them. I have tried like stuffing them with like stuffed paper. I have tried really everything, and frankly they hurt so bad. Like if I don't move, then that's fine. But as soon as I start actually walking with them, it really hurts the back of my foot. On one side, it's so bad that it often bleeds. So yeah, I had to clean like blood off of them. It is really, really bad. And that makes me so sad because I really love the look of them. And you know, I kind of got attached to them because they were my first pair of Chanel shoes ever, but I can never break them in. The other ones, I broke them in like 2-3 days. But here I'm still struggling. So if you have any recommendations on what I could possibly do to be able to wear them and to feel comfortable wearing them, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. And lastly, the last con for the Chanel Espadrilles is the fact that they are a pair of trendy shoes. So these were on trend, I believe, when I first got them, so maybe back 6 or 7 years ago. It was a very, very long time ago. They were out of stock everywhere, sold out. It was very, very difficult to get them, but now it's no longer the case. So these are not really a popular model. I still like them and I still love the look of them, and I still, you know, would like to use them for casual days out, but they are no longer on trend. I believe it stemmed from the fact that they were not the classic model. So this is something to think about if you want to buy them now. I would prefer to invest my money in like a safer, more classic option. So in conclusion, my recommendation if you were to get either one of these pairs of shoes would be the Chanel ballet flats. I feel like you really can't go wrong with these in terms of comfort level, in terms of versatility, in terms of aesthetic, look. Frankly, they are amazing. I really can't complain about these. I would highly recommend that you get them. Even though the price is quite high, it is worth it in my mind if you only have to have like one pair of designer shoes or designer flats. This would be my recommendation, which is not to say that I don't love the Chanel Espadrilles, but for me here the problem really is the comfort level. I can never break them in and it really annoys the hell out of me. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was informational and beneficial for you in case you were debating which pair of Chanel shoes to get. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.